do you like chickens? How about chicken pot pie? How about chicken nuggets?
Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Can't get on, can't get off. Chicken train, take the chickens away.
Hey everybody, Wyoming James checking in. I believe it's day number 65. Let's go with day number 65. I'm really not with it. So we got a little later start than we wanted to this morning, but we butchered until well after midnight last night. So we finally put our last bird in the freezer at about midnight, and then we had some cleanup to do. So it was after midnight before we even got showered up and got to bed. So, but here we are. We're back at it again. Like I said, we'd hoped to be out butchering right now, but nobody was moving real fast. So we're gonna get these birds watered. We're gonna get them fed, and we will see you guys out on the pasture when it's time to butcher. Stand by. Okay, so we are back at it. We're all set up. We're just waiting for some water to heat up in that scalder. Once that's done, we will be off and running. Now we have one tractor of birds that we have to butcher today, or slaughter out here on the pasture and then butcher. Hey birds. So we're gonna get these knocked out real super quick, and then we will we'll show you guys some more of the process inside the kitchen when we're actually packaging these birds. So stay with us. Okay, so for day 2, we're gonna weigh another bird. Now here's something interesting. Everything we've read says that the birds will net out 70% of their live weight in a processed bird. Now, the one that we weighed yesterday ended up being 80% of live weight. So we're only losing 20% to entrails and whatnot. Okay, so what we're gonna do, Mandy, tell us about this bird. Is this a average sized bird for that tractor? Okay, so these were the smallest birds we had. Fairly average sized bird. Looks like a noisy, or sounds like a noisy bird.
Open your legs, mister. The anticipation.
This is gonna be fun. Go ahead.
It's gonna be our chicken rodeo.
All right. So if you'll keep it from jumping around, we're gonna zoom in on the weight. What does that say? 7 pounds, 5 ounces. So 7. I'm gonna go 7.5. I see 5 more than any other number. So 7 pounds, 5 ounces on that particular bird. Now it's gonna go into the restraint cone over here.
I don't like that part.
She's gonna get it in the restraint cone. Our man Mason is going to come in. Now what he's going to do is he's going to cut both sides of the carotid artery. And what that'll do is that'll allow that bird to bleed out. And the heart doesn't stop pumping. It keeps pumping until the blood pumps out. Bird essentially just goes to sleep. It runs out of blood and goes to sleep. There's not a lot of trauma. There is some instinctive kicking and jerking, but for the most part, it's just reactive. So, and then once that bird bleeds out, it'll go into the scalder, then into the plucker, and then it'll be over here to have the entrails removed. All right, so same bird post eviscerating, and I don't know if it's, oh yeah, there it is. 5 pounds, 8 ounces. It's funny how much more steady that scale is when they're not kicking around. Bad joke, I realize. Okay, 5 pounds, 8 ounces, so we'll do the math on that one, figure out what we netted there. Thank you, Terry.
Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Chicken train, running all day. Can't get on, can't get off. Chicken train, take the chickens away. Laser beam in my dream. Laser beam in my dream. Laser beam in my dream. I can't get on, can't get off. Laser beam like a sawed-off dream.
Okay, so here we are, end of 2 full days of butchering. Wore out, like just worn down to a nub. But we've had some successes. We've had some wins in this first batch. We've learned some new things. But more importantly, I want you to share with us some of the numbers, the arithmetic that we have. So,
All right, so we butchered 141 birds, and we totaled 772, almost 173 pounds
773 pounds. Okay.
of birds in 2 days. So, averaging 5.48 pounds.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And our largest bird came in at 7 pounds, 8 ounces, and we were calculating about a 22% loss on the average because we weighed a few of them.
Not necessarily a loss,
Well,
but
finished
yeah.
weight.
So live weight
to finish
to
weight.
finish weight, we're about 20%
Yeah.
less than live weight. Okay, that makes
We
sense.
had 3 birds that were over 7 pounds, and our smallest only rang in at about 3.6.
Okay.
So, and there wasn't very many 3-pounders. I mean, there was a lot of 5s across the board. So
we grew 772 pounds of protein in 65 days.
yes,
65 days, we grew almost, what is that? So 1,000 pounds is a half a ton, right? So it's just under a half a ton.
my back feels like we grew a half a ton of birds.
So yeah, it does. It feels like we grew half a ton of birds because we were humped over. We were, it was hot. It was dry. It was all but I'll tell you what, I think I would rather butcher in these conditions
Oh,
than the conditions we had like the first year where it was just cold and just kind of miserable. So
yesterday was beautiful.
yesterday was
Beautiful
nice. We had that
weather.
overcast. Yeah, so that was good. So this was great. Again, we learned a lot. We'll figure out how we're going to change things up down the road, and then we'll just go from there. So, all right, that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we have finished that whole butchering task. We're back here. We got our little friends all tucked in for the night. They look like they're starting to cool off, so we're going to get the heat lamps kicked on. We just topped off their waters. Now I didn't feed them this afternoon or this evening. We're going to feed them again in the morning. We'll get on that program. And Mason just reminded me that for about the next 10 days, I don't have to go out and move chicken tractors. So my only obligation for the next 10 days is these little guys. So that's going to be nice. Now I will probably continue to get up early and keep doing that because I really enjoy that extra time in the morning. It allows me to kind of reflect, It allows me to kind of plan out my day, plan out my conversations that I know I have to have for the day, and it just gets me kind of a step ahead for my business day. As a matter of fact, my good friend and CEO Josh Kalinowski, he and I just did a podcast on that, about how much I value that time, that intentional morning time before my day starts. I haven't always been that guy. Before I was a chicken farmer, I was a roll out of bed with just enough time to get showered, get shaved, and get to work. I was that guy. So, but I got to tell you, since I've been an ag producer, which I consider myself, getting up early in the mornings, I'm more intentional about my morning time, and I think I'm more productive. So that's it. I'm off of my soapbox. So that's it. Wyoming James checking out from another day on the Urban Micro Farm. Adios.
Chicken train running all day.